The legal landscape in Nigeria has been set ablaze this February 2026 as the former governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, takes a massive stand against the nation's anti-graft agencies. We are tracking a developing story that has sent ripples through the political corridors of Abuja, where the former governor has officially filed a 1 billion naira fundamental rights enforcement suit against the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, popularly known as the ICPC. This legal showdown follows an intense series of events that began with El-Rufai being taken into custody on February 18, 2026. While the public was still trying to digest the news of his detention, which the ICPC confirmed was in connection with ongoing investigations, another major incident occurred at his private residence. On February 19, agents from the ICPC and the Nigeria Police Force reportedly invaded his home at House 12, Mambilla Street, Aso Drive, in the heart of Abuja. The raid, which took place around 2 p.m., has now become the focal point of a major constitutional battle. El-Rufai, through his lead counsel and senior advocate of Nigeria, Oluwole Iyamu, is arguing that this invasion was not just a simple search, but a gross violation of his fundamental human rights. The details coming out of the court filings are quite startling. According to the lawsuit, marked FHC EBJA/CS/345/2026, the search was conducted based on a warrant issued by a chief magistrate on February 4, 2026. However, the former governor's legal team is ripping this warrant apart, claiming it was riddled with material drafting errors, lacked specificity, and was fundamentally defective. They are describing the warrant as null and void because it allegedly failed to describe the specific items or properties being sought, leading to what they call an unreasonable search in violation of Section 37 of the Nigerian Constitution. If you are finding this breakdown of Nigeria's high-stakes legal drama insightful, please take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss an update on the stories that shape our nation. It's your support that allows us to keep bringing you these detailed reports. During the raid, personal items including documents and electronic devices were reportedly seized by the operatives. El-Rufai's team claims that no proper inventory was provided and that these items have not been returned, causing the former governor significant humiliation and psychological trauma. This suit isn't just targeting the ICPC, it has also joined the Chief Magistrate of the FCT, the Inspector General of Police, and the Attorney General of the Federation as respondents. The financial demand is where things get even more interesting. El-Rufai is seeking 1 billion naira in total damages. This isn't just a random number. His legal team has broken it down into 300 million naira for compensatory damages due to emotional distress and loss of personal security, 400 million naira as exemplary damages to serve as a deterrent against future law enforcement misconduct, and another 300 million naira as aggravated damages for the malicious and high-handed nature of the search. This move is seen by many analysts as a strategic counter-offensive by the former governor, who is currently facing separate phone interception charges with an arraignment scheduled for February 25, 2026. By challenging the legality of the evidence gathered during the raid, El-Rufai is essentially trying to pull the rug out from under the prosecution's feet. He's asking the court to declare that any evidence obtained during that search is inadmissible in any proceeding against him because it was procured in breach of constitutional safeguards. The complexity of this case deepens when you look at the backdrop of the broader investigations. Just days before this raid, on February 16, El-Rufai had presented himself to the EFCC headquarters to answer questions regarding an alleged 432 billion naira fraud case dating back to his time as governor. Although he was granted administrative bail by the EFCC on Wednesday night, he was immediately intercepted by ICPC operatives as he left their premises. This sequence of events, moving from one anti-graft agency to another, has raised serious questions about the coordination between these bodies. His legal team is now leveraging these circumstances to argue that the state is on a targeted mission. They are pointing to a specific interview El-Rufai gave on Arise TV on February 13, where he claimed he had overheard the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, directing security operatives to detain him. This claim is what led to the separate cybercrime charges he now faces, with the government alleging he unlawfully intercepted the NSA's phone communications. It's a classic case of a legal domino effect, where one statement or one raid triggers a chain reaction of lawsuits. To stay informed as this case moves towards the crucial February 25th arraignment date, please remember to subscribe to our channel and like this video so we can continue to bring you these in-depth reports. Looking specifically at the 1 billion naira suit, the former governor's principal secretary, Mohammed Shaba, filed an affidavit that paints a picture of a chaotic and high-handed operation. Shaba stated that the officers who stormed the Mambilla Street residence didn't even submit themselves for a search before entering, which is a breach of standard operating procedures meant to ensure that evidence is not planted. The defense argues that the warrant itself was a general warrant, a legal term for a document that gives law enforcement a blank check to search anything and everything without specific limits. They claim it was not in the prescribed form and contained errors regarding the district designation and address. By filing this suit, El-Rufai is essentially asking the Federal High Court to set a precedent on how search warrants are issued and executed in Nigeria, particularly against high-profile citizens. He is seeking an injunction to stop the ICPC from using any of the seized materials in his upcoming trials, which could potentially collapse the government's case against him if the court agrees that the evidence was poisoned by an illegal search. As we watch this unfold, the big question on everyone's mind is whether this legal maneuver will successfully halt the ICPC's momentum or if it will simply add another layer of complexity to an already tangled web of investigations. The former governor's team is pushing hard for the return of his electronic devices, claiming their continued detention without an inventory is a violation of his right to property and privacy. We want to hear from you in the comment section. Do you think 1 billion naira is a fair demand for a breach of rights, or do you see this as a way to stall the ongoing corruption probe? The stakes couldn't be higher. A win for El-Rufai could lead to a massive shift in how anti-corruption agencies operate, while a loss could see him facing a long and difficult trial across multiple fronts. Your engagement helps us build a community of informed viewers, so don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into Nigerian politics and law. As the court prepares to hear this suit and the separate criminal charges this week, the eyes of the entire country remain fixed at the Federal High Court in Abuja. This is more than just a legal battle. It is a test of the Nigerian judiciary's ability to balance the powers of the state against the rights of the individual in an era of high-profile anti-corruption crusades. We will be right here to bring you every update as it happens.